Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Pull my earbuds out here for a second. I just want to do a quick video because it's new with me and the options on my website. I wanted to showcase a knife. This is Joe's knife, and the reason I want to showcase it, it's the etching that I do for folks. Just the beginning of this year I did get the laser engraver a year and a half ago, I think now. It's only about a year and a half ago. But I didn't do a lot of laser engraving. I was mostly doing business cards, and I did some of the little signs, and then I would laser engrave my knife, but I never really pushed the laser engraving. One of the big reasons why is 2023 was such a blur between the whole part-time job thing and what was going on there and getting into management, and my dad at the end of 2022 having emergency surgery, and then doing all of that in 2023. CK Knife and Tool fell to the side a little bit. So I wanted to go ahead and just touch on laser engraving. I can throw photos in here, of course, on different styles of laser engraving, on the knives, the different designs of what I've done. Chris is one of the recipients to a pretty good laser engraving job on the side of his companion, where we did the angry unicorn. This little snarling thing was just so cool. Actually, I think he provided that logo, and Tyler from Forgotten Coast Canine, I think he's the one, if I remember correctly, he kind of worked it and got it all set up so I could laser engrave it, because again, yes, last year it was just nuts with everything going on. But other things going forward, just simple, you know, some names and Bible verses. I recently did a video on Tammy's knife, and she selected Isaiah 40:31, and I had a nice font, and I put that across the blade, as well as her name on the spine, which was just me to Tammy. I just did that for her just to do that. Forgotten Coast Canine is another good example of the laser engraving and getting their logo put on a companion when you buy their knife. So not only are you getting the companion with the Forgotten Coast Canine custom pin, the center decorative pin in the knife handle, but you're also getting the laser engraving on the side of the blade too, which is big. It shows support for them. It's the big kudo. And if you guys don't know, if many of you are new to this channel, the Forgotten Coast Canine knife I designed with Tyler, with Forgotten Coast Canine. He came out during the grand opening week that year we were doing it, and we designed the knife, and then Chris came out, and I'd already made some companions, and we gifted Chris one of them. It was a very unique companion. I think I did his in Madagascar ebony, but it had the laser engraving on it and everything. But a portion of proceeds, I believe it's around $50 or more, is going to Forgotten Coast Canine to help put money towards dogs for PTSD, the troops and stuff like that, and veterans and law enforcement and everything. So when you buy the knife and you get the Forgotten Coast Canine laser engraving in the pin, in the handle, and you buy their knife with the green liners and such, then money goes towards that cause. Getting back to some of the laser engraving stuff, I know we did, my son did a knife, and we did some laser engraving on the spine where he put Kinley's name on it, or I do stuff with certain types of etching and verses and logos and everything. And I wanted to share with you Joe's knife today, because Joe picked a pup, and where he wanted the Coyote Works decorative pin in the middle of his pup, instead of having it say Coyote Works or anything on the blade as well, he opted to go with the Gaddison Don't Tread on Me, the snake. And super cool. I have a couple different varieties of that. I have the more traditional one with the snake coil, Don't Tread on Me underneath. Then I have this really cool one. It's got more of this modern, like, rattlesnake kind of, you know, opening up and biting, and it says Don't Tread on Me with the flag, got kind of a tattered flag in the background. I like that one a lot. That's really slick. And Joe wanted to stay more traditional with this, but I thought that other one was really cool because the way I laser engrave it, the flag and the taper actually goes towards the tip of the blade a little bit. Really neat. And hopefully I was able to at least plug in a photo or something of it here. I digress. I just figured I'd touch base with y'all just to kind of remind you again about the laser engraving option. When I have homeless knives and they're there, I try to keep the homeless knife fairly basic and simple. Yes, it has maybe some nice pins, or the handle material might be something very unique. But I don't laser engrave anything, of course, other than my maker's mark, my traditional CK. But I leave the option of making the knife a little bit more custom to you because, of course, it's a homeless knife. You didn't choose the items on there, so it doesn't make it custom to you. It is just a custom handmade knife made by me. But it is unique because most of the time when those knives are up there, I've only made one or two with that handle material, the pin combination or something, or in that knife shape. So it is a very unique knife, and you're probably going to have no more than 2 or 3 similar knives like that in the entire world. And again, every one of them is handmade, so each one's just a hair bit, like a 1/16th or a 1,000th smaller or narrower here and there, because again, they're handmade. It's not machine made or anything. No CNC stuff and everything like that. But the laser engraving option is something that is in the homeless knife category. So when you went on to cknifeandtool.com, you go under homeless knives tab and you click that. It will direct you to that page and you'll see any available homeless knife that's there right now, ready to ship. This means the sheath's already made and it's already sharpened, but you can then select etching. So you just go ahead and select that knife, put it in your shopping cart, then go back to the home page or select that tab again and go to homeless knives, and then you can go down and select the custom etching. And there are a couple little varieties of choices that you can pick in there, but ultimately if you just pick something generic and then send me an email or leave a comment in your checkout, like a notes section, I check those too when I get the orders. If you want to talk with me or work on a design, you'll let me know. You can email me the design, or if you just say, hey, like Joe, I want a Gadsden flag, the snake don't tread on me on the side of the knife, I'll go ahead, I'll get some designs together, I'll work it all out, and I'll say, hey, here's a couple of different choices for you, you choose. Again, it still makes the knife custom, even though it's a standard pup with black canvas micarta and the Coyote Works pin. His knife stands out now because this is literally the only knife that I've ever made that's in the world that is a CK Knife and Tool pup with black canvas micarta, the Coyote Works pin, and a Gadsden Don't Tread on Me. Never done another one of these before, so he has the first one of its kind, which makes it custom, of course. And he chose orange Kydex with the, of course, the Blade Tech lock on there. So go ahead and find that out. The etching is also on the, if you're gonna make your own knife and you go on a tab, then there's a bunch of sections, and it also spells it out, do this, pick your knife, then you pick your handle material, you pick your pins, and then you can go through the entire your sheath and all that. And then your options like jimping or the custom etching. And you just gotta go back and add that to your cart. It'll put you in a shopping cart, depending on how you're looking at it. It'll put you in a shopping cart and just go back to the tab, go back through. It's a little tedious, but it's pretty quick. When I redesigned the website for 2023, a lot of stuff I did, I just went ahead and I acted as if I was buying something myself, and I go through to see how smooth it is and the steps I have to take, and I can basically make a custom knife within about 10 minutes and have it ordered and ready to go. It throws in your shipping and everything else, so that's cool. The bunker branding stuff, all the new apparel is out right now and is available at my website at cknifeandtool.com under the apparel. But as you select your apparel, it will redirect you to bunkerbranding.com, of course, and you buy all that. Reason why I'm highlighting this is because my website hosts everything, but when you buy the apparel, it redirects you, which means that any discount codes that you're using, they won't work that way because you're going through bunker branding at that point, not through CK Knife and Tool anymore. And secondly, you can't buy a knife and the apparel at the same time in the same checkout, and all comes from me. It's going to be 2 different types of checkout because again, your apparel is going to bunker branding. They fulfill it for me, they host the entire process, and they ship it right to you. You're buying apparel to support me, and then every month they just send me, if I sold anything, they send me my money, and I'm like, yes! So I think those are the 2 things. Oh, leather sheaths. I had somebody mention that Tammy's knife came out. I did a leather sheath for her. She reached out to me about this whole knife and everything like that, and the leather sheath was more specific, custom to her. I am not advertising doing leather sheaths right now because I'm trying to get everything else going. Leather sheaths do take a little bit more time. They're a little bit more challenging, but if you think you're like, you know what, I really would like a leather sheath, and you buy something like a Companion or a Montana or something, send me a private message. If you purchase a knife and you've purchased the sheath and all that stuff, that's great. If you've decided to change your mind or you want both, that's great. But you can buy a knife without buying a sheath. And all that tells me is that when I get a knife and you're like, hey, I just want the knife, and you're gonna buy this knife and you're gonna have it, somebody else is gonna make the leather sheath for you, I'll ship it with like a piece of Kydex wrapped around it, you know, just so it can ship safely, but it will be sharpened, because when a knife leaves here, I sharpen it. I'm not gonna take a knife back and then resharpen it after it's all done. It's a lot of challenge and expense to you. So when my knives are done, they leave here, they're sharpened. If you decide that you want a leather sheath and you have somebody that's gonna make you one, just know that the knife I'm sending you is going to be sharp. So they're gonna have to take due diligence in doing that. If you think you want a leather sheath made for me and you're willing to wait another month or so for that time frame, depending on how things are going, maybe it'll only be a few weeks. You know, maybe it's only a couple of weeks longer than it normally would be, but if you want me to make you a leather sheath, then of course you can't put that in your shopping cart right now because it's removed from the website. But reach out to me. I can check my time frame, see what's going on. I'd hate to say yes, I'll do it, or I don't want to leave them available because you order it and now all of a sudden I'm going back to Michigan and we're doing stuff with my dad, and for the next month I'm going to be really taken in other directions and I won't have time to make that sheath for you, you know, in a expedited form or within a small window, and you have to wait longer. Hopefully it makes sense, and I just want to be more open with my time. So if you think you want a leather sheath and I think I can do it within a period of time, then I'll just send you an invoice for a leather sheath. Now they're going to be, you know, at least a couple $100. I'm just going to put it out there because I buy all the material and I do it all by hand. I don't have sewing machines for leather. I don't have any fancy things. You guys can go back and watch some of the videos of me doing leather and see how I do it. I have done it. I've made some really nice leather sheets. People have been very pleased with them. But because I'm not as proficient in it, I'm not a leather maker, you know, my time takes longer than a normal person would, where somebody might be able to get a leather sheath out in just a couple of days. My process with everything else I do, it's more like 4, 5, 6 days, and everything takes more time because I'm sitting there sewing everything. So, but hey, I just wanted to do a quick video for you all. So again, appreciate it all. We still haven't made a decision yet on the name of the knife at the recording of this video. It's the end of January 2024. Caught myself. I said it's gonna take a while. But haven't decided a name yet, so I know some people are asking about that or send me messages. I'm still looking for a name, but I've kind of decided that if I decide on taking a name that some of you guys have gone through, and I don't know if it's gonna be like pull a name out of a hat, because I don't want to name a knife that I don't really like the name, and hopefully you understand that. My name, my brand, my CK is on that knife, and I don't want to just take a name just to make a name and have fun with it. I want to take a name that actually means something. So again, it was like names that I have to look on my phone here. I'll just tell you guys right now what we're looking at. So far we have these. I slimmed it down a little bit because some of them are kind of silly, and I'll let you guys decide on stuff, but this is only 14 of like I think 28 or 30 names that I've gotten. Patriot, the Defender, Artemis, the Independent, the Raven, the Padre, the Bulldog, Tyr, T-Y-R, it's a Norse god, Hercules, Durin, the Deathless, the Gypsy, the Peregrine, the Swifttail, and the Minuteman. So I'll try to put these on here. Actually, matter of fact, I'll just stand over here. Maybe Ella, we could put them right here. So these names are the ones that people have kind of sent me. And as you see, I've been kind of thinning the names out a little bit, but I think there's maybe 1 or 2 in here I'm gonna pitch as well, but I'm leaving them right now. That's all good. But you know, y'all make a decision, leave another comment down below, or you can send me an email or something, or a message on Instagram. But I think that covers it. Just a quick update. So again, appreciate it, Joe. Thank you very much. I'll just show you guys the knife here. Really turned out nice. It's a really nice knife, super sharp. But that etch just turned out super cool. Look at that. That etch was really nice. Really, really pleased with that and everything else. So remember, gang, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. I do appreciate all the support. Also, another big shout out to Asia. over at Baptism Overland. He did a great video for me. He sent me a message, well, you know, I'm thinking about doing it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. I was like, you know, it gets busy, a bunch of other videos came out. Then at the last minute, he's like, hey, Chad, how do you like this? And he sent it to me as a preview, and I watched it. It was great. So this is a big shout out for Samson too. So if you want, hit Baptism Overland, just do a little search up above. Check out Asia. You can see the playlist I created also on the knife I made him, as well as his video are both in those playlists. So there's 2 videos, so you can catch them both at one time. So again, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Appreciate it. Keep me from the bottom of your 2 bucket. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.